Hello, everyone, and welcome to a very, very exciting edition of Vinyl the Show, where today I saved up way too much money to buy this. Do you know how worth it is to hold this in my hands right now? This is some good stuff. So, you guys don't know, this is Childish Gambino's 2016 album, Awaken, My Love, which I love this album. And I'm going to do a review of it as well as an unboxing of the special edition. Special edition comes with, including but not limited to, an exclusive booklet, 2 heavyweight 45 RPM LPs, I'll get to that, a virtual reality headset. Yes, this is the limited edition virtual reality vinyl of Awaken My Love by Childish Gambino. Anyway, has a glow-in-the-dark cover, which I'm sure will freak me out at night because my box of records is right in front of my bed. So comes with an album download, which I may be giving away. And okay, there's also a download for virtual reality stuff, which I will do a separate review of probably through my phone. So anyway, let's get right to it. This is a huge box. This is like, look at that. That's like a pretty thick box. And on the back here, it's got like this nice little like thing going on here. And I love this because it has the name of the album. It doesn't say like half the songs on here. I mean, I already know the songs on here, but it has the entire lyrics to Stand Tall on the back. I think that's the name of the song, Stand Tall. But let's get right into it and get this open. So I got my trusty opening things knife right here. And get right in there. Alright. Seems to be good. I don't want to cut this thing too much. You gotta, like, carefully do this. Okay, we're peeling it off. That's a good noise. I should have kept the bag over here so I can put all the plastic in there. Whoa! It's like a cardboardy sort of matte finish here. That's neat. That is exciting. Okay, let's see here. I'll check something. Hello to the one person watching, by the way. Hope you're doing alright. This is, well, you probably know by the title. Anyway, I'm going to go through this way real quick, and I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. So, let's get right into the unboxing / review. I'm probably going to go over the music once I'm done, but this is going to be a long stream. So this is like raised, like the mask here is like raised. It's kind of like really detailed and stuff. You can really feel every single bit. Like, you know, like when you buy a book or something and the book has like the title's raised on it. Do I have any books around here? Not any that are raised, but yeah, but like it's really detailed around here. It's really nice feeling, I'll tell you that. It's got a little, it's got one of these on here, which I'll probably keep. Keep that right there. All right, so here it is without the cover there. Looks pretty sweet. It looks like the normal cover of the album, obviously. And we're taking the top off the box. So the first thing you see when you open it up, first of all, the inside of this is just plain black. Nothing on there, really. The very first thing you see when you open it up is this weird-looking art thing of a guy in like a face cage, and I kind of like it, I'm not gonna lie. So I guess this is the booklet. I guess this is a booklet that comes with it. I'll just close that up for now. So I'm gonna take a look through the booklet. It's got a kind of altered version of the one on the front, because the one on the front's smiling, but this one's like, its eyes are closed a little more. So you got like a guy on the front, or gal, whatever, I can't really talk from here. On the inside, you just get like multiple pictures of it. That's more like the nose, lip area. It's neat. I'm assuming this is him. I'm assuming this is Donald. For those of you that don't know, Childish Gambino's real name is Donald Glover, but I'm sure you knew that because he's like super popular. But yeah, I think that's it. Did he paint his nails black for this? Oh, I'm putting this up on my wall. This looks sweet. Next page. There's like a mouth shot here with the tongue going up to, I can't center this. I don't want the glare. There we go. Close enough. Yeah, that's neat. That's really neat. It just has a picture at the end here. And then this is like what seems to be. Oh, that explains that lyric. Okay, there's a lyric in another song by Childish Gambino that has, he says, "Ask Ludwig." I'm like, who's Ludwig? Turns out like it's his producer, someone he works with. Yeah, executive producer Donald Glover and Ludwig. I'm not even gonna try. All song lyrics written by Donald Glover. Wouldn't doubt it. Except for track 4, co-written by Ludwig. It's got your track list and credits and whatnot over here. Who played the bass on Terrified? Praise you, Thomas Drayton. You're a beautiful, beautiful man. Boy soloist on Terrified. I'll have to take a listen to that again. I don't remember that. So that's the booklet. I'm so excited for that booklet. I'm not disappointed. So next thing you see when you go in here, here's the face cage in its entirety. That looks neat. That looks really neat. Let's get in here. Yeah. Okay, so I'm guessing one of the records is in here. It feels like there's a record in here. Now, you play these at 45 RPM, which is kind of weird because like the normal album is like one side here, one side here. But this is like 2 LPs. So yeah, the songs look really long on here. So yeah, nothing all too special about the records, other than the fact that they're really dark on the label for some reason. And that has lyrics from the first song, "Me and Your Mama," which is a very good song. Other record looks to be the same. Yeah. So this has a back shot with a head cage. It's got that there. That's neat. That's really neat. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking is this is like a download code of some sort. I'm not showing it because I'm probably gonna give it away. And on the back there's a code for the virtual reality thing, which I still have yet to explain. I'm guessing this is a virtual reality thing. This is really neat. It comes in a box of some sort. Ooh boy. There are directions. I just gotta figure this out myself. Okay. Curse you, Donald Glover. Okay, so I guess you gotta like extend it here or something. You gotta fold these down, I guess. I don't know. Oh, hey, I'm actually getting it. I guess you put your phone in that one. Where does this go? Oh, that goes there. Almost. And I gotta put these and these right here. These little slots. They're like little slots on the bottom, but I'm worried because it's cardboard. But yeah, so far it looks pretty neat. It's definitely inspired by the album cover. Everything in this box is inspired by the album cover. Got one. Go for 2. I think. It's difficult to put together, but there we go. There's 2. Got 2. And then that's already set up there. That goes like right there. I guess that holds your phone. Where's your phone go? Oh, that's cool. So I guess your phone goes in here somewhere. This goes like right in the front there or something. Yeah, that's neat. So the whole point of this even has a little hole for your nose. It's cool. I'm gonna keep it in this box for something. I don't know what I'm gonna keep it for, but that's really all that's in this box. Start closing this up here. Let's see. I'll put the code back in here. Okay, so time for an actual album review. I'm actually gonna play a little bit of a song, see how it sounds, because, well, you know, I just opened this box, so. So anyway, as I get that going, I'll explain the why there's a virtual reality thing here, because it's a really interesting story. Okay, so I'm gonna go over here and set up my record. Turn my computer a little bit. Come with me. Let's fly away. Do 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 do. If I don't know what the lyrics are, man. All right, awesome. Oh, here's my swell. All right, so I don't know. What song do we want? I kind of want Terrified. I like that song. That's a good song. Where is it? Terrified. Track number 8. On here somewhere. Alright. Is that on this side? Dang, it's hard to see. What is that? Oh, that's a good song too. Dang it. I guess I'll just play Terrified. So Terrified is track 8. You gotta play this at 45 RPM. So let's set it to 45. And let's put it partway through, I guess. Sounds good. Sounds good so far. Yeah. Some good stuff. Alright, so let's try another track. I definitely approve of this so far. It sounds good. What is this? This is new. Where's that? That sounds way different from the original version. Oh my god, the bass is amazing. The bass is just beautiful. Sounds really good. You know I gotta try California though. It's like my favorite song on the record. A little bit of scruff on the sides, not gonna lie. Ooh. 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 Anyway, it sounds... Oh, it sounds so good. God, this is good. Alright. Yeah, that sounds great. Wow. So, my theory is the fact that the record is bigger means that, well, first of all, you have to play it at a faster speed, and 2, it probably sounds a lot better. And so far, I'm correct. That sounds really good. So, I'm back. Welcome back. Gotta center this. Alright, so, now that I'm actually done going through this whole thing, I'm probably gonna get banned for copyright somewhere for that. I don't know. But, I gotta jump on that. Probably be all for it with the way I'm about to talk about this album. Because this is a good album. Anyway, where's that booklet? There you are. Every time I see the cover, I'm like, this is so cool. This is just a cool album. It's neat. It's really neat, but I should probably go over this first. So, Childish Gambino had a music festival in which you could not bring your phone. So no one really had any idea of what was going on. Until what happened was, decided to put a virtual reality headset in here and a code to download a video of what went on. So you actually get to see what goes on at the concert, which is super neat. And the best part is you get to see it in VR. I mean, that's most of the reason why I wanted this, because I really wanted to go to that festival. One, it's too far away, and 2, you know. But still, this is neat. This is really neat. Do you have any more information on how to actually use this, though? Because, duh, I mean, I know how to use a virtual reality headset. It's pretty self-explanatory, but, you know, say anything about it? You need to download an app and enter the download code. Huh. That's neat. So, anyway, let's get right into it. Start talking about this album. So, well, first of all, the cover is super neat. I mean, that's obvious, but I'm gonna go through here, talk about the songs. I really like the aesthetic of this album with the dots and stuff. I really like that. That's neat. Anyway, let's start talking about this. So, the album starts off really quiet. A little bit of a chorus in the background, actually. And that will be the beginning of a song called Me and Your Mama, which, despite the odd title, Donald Glover recently became a father. So I think that's what this is about, in all honesty, and that definitely reflects itself later in the album. But I didn't know he played the Glockenspiel. Glockenspiel. That's how I always say it, even if it's horribly wrong. That's still how I say it. Anyway, very first song, Me and Your Mama, it's got a chorus, but then like breaks into this like really loud electric noise. Like, it's not even a guitar; it's more of just a noise. But it's a really neat noise. It's like it's very sounding, and that's not a very good description at all whatsoever. But you know what I mean. And he's like screaming almost, and it's really interesting because like you hear him and you're like, what is he saying? But then you look at the lyric sheet and you're like, well, okay, now it's kind of obvious. But he definitely demonstrates his falsetto on this, and in terms of like the instrumental on the song, flawless, almost flawless, except for like one or two spots where it gets a little too much, which, well, when you're dealing with that heavy of a sound, that's pretty common. The very next song, Have Some Love, which is a very danceable song, I would say. First of all, the interesting lyrics of, well, the togetherness, obviously. It took me a while to like the song. I was sleeping on this one for a while. I'm like, okay, like, I was liking the idea of like, and this is a super common term to use, but I like the beat of it. It just has an interesting way of showing itself, you know, like you don't really hear it until you really focus on it. Like it's just something that complements it. It's not really anything to focus on. It's just there, and if it's not doing anything, it's bad. But if it's doing something and actually contributing to the song, then I think it's good. And that's why I slept on this song for so long, because I was focusing too much on all of it. And that's what you have to do with this album. You have to sit and not listen to it, but hear it. Like, that sounds weird, but you have to listen to it, not hear it. Wait. Other way around. Other way around. I'm saying like 5 different things. So you have to hear it. And then after you hear it, maybe you can go back and listen. But it's just a fun album. I mean, it has the same sort of social element that I think Purple Rain has the same social element. I was just making sure my speaker wasn't on or anything. I almost forgot to put my needle protector. There we go. So yeah, it's an interesting album, and there's a lot of experimentation. Like, imagine that there was a 70s R&B album, but today. It's gonna be super like out there and experimental, at least in terms of normal music today. But hey, this is like a pure like soul, funk, R&B album produced by a guy who knows what he's doing, and I applaud that. The next song, Boogeyman. I'm a little iffy on this one. I mean, a lot of these songs have like a message to them, and I totally understand this one, but it's, I don't know, like, it's just one that I can't find myself liking purely because of the vocals. The vocals just sound odd. I don't know. It's just something I can't get past, but it's not something I can demonstrate because I can't sing my life. But hey, it's just the way that this song was produced or sung. I think sung would be the right. Yeah. It just, I just can't get past it. And while later on the album there are some weird vocal stylings that he does, but I feel like this is the one that And hey, every album's gonna have like a song or two that you don't like, but hey, I honestly hope the same thing happens with Have Some Love, because I really like that song, and I hope the same thing happens with this song so that I can really like experience the whole album as it is, and not just like song after song after song, because everyone immediately skips to Redbone. But anyway, next song, Zombies. So on this album, there's a lot of warbling noises, and that sounds really weird to say that out loud. But, like, his voice gets a little warbly, you know, like warble. Somewhere in between falsetto and like chest voice, you know, like diaphragm almost. It's almost like he's a lilting almost every word. Which, don't get me wrong, I I can appreciate the fact that he has like this vocal talent to go straight from what he originally did to this. But Zombies, this is one of the slower songs, but it's like mid compared to a lot of the others. So like, gosh dang, you'd be surprised, especially near the end. The entire first half of this album is really, really, really like whoa, there's a lot going on, and then as the album progresses, it starts to even out a little, and I feel like this is the first time it really evens out, which is in Zombies, which is only the fourth track, which is kind of surprising because there's 11 on here. I really like the next song. It's only like 2 or so minutes, maybe 3. It's called Riot. It takes a sample from a song, I kid you not. The song's called Good to Your Earhole by Funkadelic, which while I've heard the name of that band, I've not really listened to anything, but I did go back as I was listening to this album, and I realized this sounds just like Riot. And yes, I mean, it is sampling it, so of course it's going to sound just like, but the entire song sounds like it. And I feel like the use of that influence, that's something where you can really just take a song and, well, sample it. I mean, like, there are a lot of bands that sample things, like Daft Punk, for example. They sampled a Barry Manilow song on, was it Something About Us? I think? Could have been. Anyway. Like a lot of good bands use samples, but if you're able to use a sample and transform it into a completely different thing than what it originally was, that's pretty amazing. And that's a really good example of that on this album. I don't know were there any other samples. Are there any others? Not seeing any. Well, oh well. But anyway, the very next song. This is one everyone knows, and I think I barely have to go over this one. This is Redbone by Childish Gambino. I'm talking about that one with that nice little guitar riff in it. You know, the one I'm talking about with the bass at the beginning. He's singing entirely in falsetto the whole time. And there's a little bit of screaming near the end, but it sounds good. It's like the good sing screaming. And I feel like it really takes a good artist to find that happy medium. And well, hey, he demonstrates it well, because if you listen to this guy before, you'd be like, what the heck is he doing? You would not recognize it's him. I mean, I didn't when I first heard it. I'm like, what is this? And you realize, wait, is this guy sing sober? I'm like, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. I would have never known that. And again, this album has so many merits of just a transformative feel to it that on paper, this is a weird album. In practice, this is a pretty amazing project. I mean, I'm not even going to call it an album anymore. This is a project that he underwent, because this is there's a lot going on. And when you can make a single that's like 5 to 6 minutes long, I'm pretty sure the last time they did that was like, well, a very long time ago, back when songs were a lot longer than they are now and a lot less repetitive. But hey, I mean, if you're just scrolling around this album and you're like, what do I listen to? Odds are you're probably going to choose this one purely because of its staying power. This song has staying power, even for as long as it is. And partway through, actually pretty close to the end, it's got this, there's so many like effects used on the guitars in this album, and I really like that. Also, I didn't know there's a thing called a cello banjo. That's apparently a thing. I mean, I'm not gonna say that's bad, but that's a thing. But what is a Fender Rhodes? I kind of want to find out what a few of these instruments are. All right, Fender Rhodes. Fender Rhodes. Oh, it's like a synthesizer. Okay, it's an electric piano. So instead of using keys with hammers on little nylon sort of strings and stuff, it uses like little metal sticks, sheets, if you will, like really tiny metal sheets. So hey, you learn something new every day. But what is a wurlitizer? What is a wurlitizer? Let's find out. How do you spell that? W-U-R-L. Wurlitizer. That came up really quickly. A Wurlitzer. Wow, that was sad. The fact that I pronounced it like, whoa, that is huge. I thought it was pronounced Wurlitizer, but it's apparently Wurlitzer. I am so sorry, Wurlitzer. Okay, so there's obviously the normal kind, which is an electric piano, or if you're crazy, you can get this four level organ looking version of it. I'll take the normal one, thanks, because I can barely play any instruments other than like the ukulele and the saxophone. But I did not know Donald Glover played the glockenspiel. That's neat. That's really neat. I mean, it only shows up a few times on this album. It definitely shows up in Terrified. That's a really good example of it. But past Redbone, we're on to the second half of this album, or at least second half because all the songs are super long in the second half. But very first one, California. This is a song that the Needle Drop, which is another album review channel, he panned this song. Absolutely panned it. You know what? I beg to differ. This may be one of my favorite songs on the album. As you saw over there, it sounds really weird, especially with his voice, because he sounds like this sort of through the entire song. But I don't know why, but there's just something about it, like the fact that it's a parody of itself. I don't know. I just kind of like the fact that he's willing to have fun with something, even if he knows that it sounds weird. I mean, that's something that artists do a lot. Like not just music. Like say comedians, painters, almost any form of artists is if they're if they have a good sense of humor, then usually they can make fun of themselves or make fun of what they're doing. And I don't know if that's what his plan was to make fun of himself, but there's some form of parody in here that there just has to be, and I can appreciate that. I can appreciate the way that he presents the song, even though it does sound like a serious song, like seriously produced. Like there's a lot of stuff going on here. Like you'd be surprised. Like a lot of the songs that you would think are like the biggest songs on this album have very, very little production or amount of instruments or people working on it. Like Terrified is a song that a lot of people pass on the first time they listen to this album usually, which is what I'm going into next. But it has one of the most, right next to Stand Tall and Me and Your Mama. And I'm not surprised, because at the very beginning there's this awesome little bass riff. I mean, I tried on that boy back there, but it's kind of difficult, but I'm still trying to learn. Anyway, segue. Terrified, the song in itself, you listen to the first few seconds and you're like, okay, it's got like a little bass line to it. It's interesting. Okay, I'm listening. And you get partway through it and you hear it, like you hear his vocals come in, and it's like again partway between chest voice and like some sort of falsetto, and you hear it and you're like, there's no way this guy has so many different vocal talents. And he definitely, well, I mean, on almost every song, there's at least like one little vocal feature that he does that I find interesting. I mean, if you can at least fit one different thing on each song, then hopefully that's what more artists are trying to do. And that's, this day and age, that's an accomplishment. I mean, that is something that not a lot of people can attribute to themselves. And the fact that he can attribute it to himself, that's something. That's really something. So you guys know I said that I think part of this album is Donald Glover singing to his child. Well, there's literally a song called Baby Boy in which he talks about a small child. So, again, vocal features, falsetto, a lot of it on this album. And the way that he can sustain it in Redbone is really cool. But in Baby Boy, instead of sustaining it, it's more of his use of his voice to really, well, it's just extraordinary. Just the way that it's not always about, like, again, quality over quantity, which, well, with this album, it's a little weird when it comes to, like, how many records are on here, because there's 2, which I will eventually get to. I think I already got to that, actually, a little earlier, about how I think that it sounds better because there's more to it. Also, there were some tracks I never heard on there before. That's kind of neat. I'll have to go through there and see all the differences, and then I'll get back to you guys. Anyway, Baby Boy has very, very little in terms of, like, people working on this and the amount of instruments going into it. I mean, I bet if you went to one of his concerts, you would be hard-pressed to see a lot of things on stage at once. And, well, that's neat. I mean, it gives you more of a chance to connect to the artist, you know? Like it's a cool thing that you can do that. But most importantly is one of my favorite tracks on the album, which sounded a little weird when I first played it because I think there's a different version on the physical copy, like the vinyl one or something. But I'll have to check it out. But this is like my favorite song on the album. The Night Me and Your Mama Met is an instrumental of Me and Your Mama, obviously. Just by that title, once you hear it, you'll be like, whoa, that's neat. And it's quite literally that. It is an instrumental of Me and Your Mama, except it's very chill. It's really something like, if you sit back and you close your eyes, you probably end up at a jazz club or something, drinking like some coffee or something. If you're not into coffee, maybe some tea. Speaking of which, I went to a tea room today. Good stuff. Very good stuff. Highly recommend it. If you get extra time on your hands, go to a tea room. But anyway, in terms of instrumentals, this is impressive. Let's see here. Gary Clark Jr. on guitar. Thank you. But something I noticed, choir, Brent Jones and The Best Life Singer. Well, that's singers. That's actually a typo, I think. But anyway, throughout this album, there's a choir. And it's the same choir every time. But again, since this version of The Night Me and Your Mama Met was different, I'm going to be talking about the one that's on the digital copy, because that's one I'm most used to. And maybe I'll eventually get to this one. But still, when I hear it on, like, the digital version, it's good. It's really, like, it sounds like something you'd hear around a campfire, maybe even. Like, it just sounds nice. It just sounds real, you know? Like, that's not something you can say a lot very much with music anymore, but it just sounds real. It sounds playable, is all I'm going to say. It sounds like something you can actually go and learn how to play, which is very rare with the amount of effects and stuff that they put on music today. And I like this song for the fact that it's playable. So we've come to the very last song, which is actually, guess what? It's on the back of the little thing on here. The entire lyrics are on here. I think it's the entire lyrics. This didn't come with a lyric sheet, surprisingly. At least I didn't think so. It's not like really need one, though. I mean, a lot of songs on here you can easily tell what he's saying, except for if it's California. And maybe Me and Your Mama, if you've been living under a rock. But, anyway, Stand Tall in terms of this song, listening to it and just hearing it, he specifically says, and I have the lyrics right here. When the sun is rising over streets so barren since the evening, colors flash before my eyes. I feel like a child so young and new in 92. I listen to what my father said. Keep all your dreams, keep standing tall. If you're strong, you cannot fall. There is a voice inside us all, so smile when you can, when you can. And when I hear the song, the first thing I think of is back when I used to live in a completely different house. I was so young, I barely remember it. But I remember I loved that house. And this is going to get kind of personal, but I remember just sitting in there and I'd love it. And I'd be playing on my GameCube or something. My dad would walk in and he'd be like, hey, do you need any help with that level? Because I was scared to death of Luigi's Mansion. Oh my gosh, it was terrifying back in the day. And I remember they had you guys know Dance Dance Revolution, right? They made a Mario version of it not too long ago, back in like 2000s. And he had the dance pad, and you had to hook it up and everything. There's a lot of wires for it, but it was so worth it. And I would go to hook it up and I'll play it, and there was a dance from Luigi's Mansion on it. And 3 to 4 to 5-year-old me was not having it. I was not having it. I wasn't here for it. So I hid behind a chair and watched as my father danced and played this level of a Mario dancing rhythm. And I don't know why, but this song made me think of that. Because this entire album, as I've said, is really a letter almost from Donald Glover to his child. And if this album can evoke the same feelings that it did when I was around that age, and just thinking of that and how after it, my dad would be like, Sam, nothing scary popped up on the screen, it's cool. This song just has so many connections to just moments like that, you know? Just like the little moments of people reassuring you. And I feel like there are a lot of empty songs out there. Like, a lot of empty, like, saying positive messages, but not really giving you any justification for it. And Stand Tall is a huge counterexample to what I just said. And it's quite a good song. If you're going to listen to one song off this album, I'll make it Stand Tall. Definitely, for sure. 100%. Anyway. Oh boy. Anyway. Thank you guys so very much. This has been a lot of fun. I was so excited because it took everything in me not to open this on the way home. I mean, how can you not open this on the way home? Come on. But I'm happy that I didn't open it because I got to show you guys. We got to share this album. It's a neat album. It's really neat. It's got a lot of stuff going for it, even though it's going to be 2 years old this December, I think. Wow, it has aged well, even though it's kind of going out of style a little bit. I remember there's a huge thing on iTunes, like, whoa, look at this album coming out. And I'm like, okay, your point? And I went in and I'm like, okay, this is fine, but it's not anything special. And then I came back to it eventually, and I was like, wow, I really slept on this, and I loved it. And I just love music like this. This is good stuff. So hey, not gonna lie, a few of the songs on here are a little iffy, like a few, but hey, it's a good album. This is something that is really a sit down and listen to the entire thing, or listen to a song or two off of it when you're walking around. When an album can do that, I think it's pretty good. So, thank you all very, very much for watching this. And also, catch me on my blog for, you guys know what my blog is, right? It's just on Instagram or whatever, under the same, like, @Vinyl the Show, you know. But I will be giving away the download code. I won't be giving away the virtual reality one. That's for me. I'll have a lot of fun with this because, yeah, no one was allowed to bring their phones in to the concert. So, hey, at least I'll be able to see it, you know? That is exciting. I mean, I may look like an idiot doing this, but boy, is it fun. Oh my gosh, there's my phone. I feel like I put this together wrong, not gonna lie. But, we'll find out. Am I supposed to put my phone in there? Seriously? Wow. Is that how this works? I think that's how this works. I'm not 100% sure, but like I think this comes out. There's no way I'm fitting my phone in there. Come on. Whatever. I'll figure it out. Anyway, well, thank you very much, guys. It's been fun. I can't wait to do another album soon, but hey, I'm happy the last album, as of now, was this one. Because whenever I get something that's in a box, I gotta open it. I gotta open it with you guys, you know, especially when it's records. So, thanks again. I'll see you guys soon. This has been Awaken, My Love by Childish Gambino. So, with a total of 0 dropped frames on this live stream, I thank you all very much. And I shall see you very soon again for another album and a giveaway on the digital download. So, make sure you check around for that because I'll be giving that away very soon. Thanks again. I'll see you guys very soon. I know I keep saying that, but I probably will. So, I'll see you guys later.